The giant alien ships appeared in Earth's sky without warning. 50 massive warships, each as big as a small city, blocked out the sun as they took position above major cities across the planet. Commander Drac stood on the bridge of the lead ship, looking down at the blue planet with cold eyes. His gray skin reflected the blue glow of the control panels around him. "Begin the attack. Disable their technology first, then strike their population centers," he ordered. His voice was flat and emotionless. The Vraxi Collective had conquered many worlds this way. Earth would be no different. The aliens fired a powerful pulse that spread across the entire planet. In an instant, all electronics stopped working. Cars stopped in the middle of roads. Planes lost power and fell from the sky. Phones, computers, and power grids all went dark. Kim Tae-ho was hiking on Jeju Island when it happened. He watched his phone die in his hand, then looked up to see the massive ship hovering over the distant city. As a captain in South Korea's Special Forces, he knew immediately that this was no ordinary threat. "We're under attack," he said to the small group of hikers nearby. "We need to find shelter and gather supplies." In Seoul, Park Ji-won was working late in her underground lab at the Korean Advanced Institute of Science and Technology. When the lights flickered, her special equipment stayed on. She had been testing systems that could work through electromagnetic pulses. "It worked," she said with excitement, before realizing what the pulse might mean. She ran to the small window and saw the alien ship hovering over the city. Across the world in New York, Lee Sung-min was in a meeting at the United Nations when the attack began. The building shook as explosions rocked the city. As a diplomat, he had helped solve many international conflicts, but nothing had prepared him for this. "Everyone get to the emergency bunker," he shouted, leading a group of diplomats towards safety as parts of the ceiling began to fall. The aliens' attack was swift and brutal. Their weapons easily destroyed Earth's military defenses. Tanks, jets, and missiles were no match for the advanced alien technology. Within hours, most of the world's armies have been defeated. "The conquest is proceeding as expected," reported an alien officer to Commander Drac. "Their weapons are primitive. Their resistance is minimal." "Excellent," said Drac. "This planet will join our collection soon. Begin landing our ground forces." But Drac was wrong. Humans were not like other species the Vraxi had conquered. 3 days after the attack, Kim Tae-ho had already gathered 24 survivors and raided an alien patrol, capturing their weapons. Park Ji-won had connected her equipment to salvaged alien technology and was beginning to understand how it worked. And Lee Sung-min had established contact with surviving government officials from 7 countries, using an old radio system that had survived the pulse. As the aliens began to set up their bases on Earth, they didn't realize that humans wouldn't surrender easily. They didn't know that humans had faced disasters, wars, and hardships throughout their history, and always survived. The aliens had ambushed Earth, but they would soon learn they had made a terrible mistake. Commander Drac frowned as he received reports of continued resistance. "Increase our forces in those areas," he ordered. "Crush them quickly." He didn't know that this was just the beginning of Earth's response. 3 weeks had passed since the aliens attacked Earth. Commander Drac paced on his ship, looking at reports from his officers. He was not happy. "How are these humans still fighting back?" he asked angrily. "We cut their power. We destroyed their armies. They should have given up by now." On all of his screens, reports showed the same thing. Humans were adapting. They were learning. They were fighting back. In the mountains outside Seoul, Kim Tae-ho's group had grown to over 100 people. They lived in caves and moved often to avoid being found. They had attacked 7 alien patrols and taken their weapons and equipment. "We hit them here and here next," Kim said, pointing to a map spread on a rock. The people around him nodded. Many were not soldiers, but they had learned quickly how to fight. "Their patrol patterns are becoming predictable," said an old man who used to drive a taxi. "They always check the river crossing at the same time each day." In her underground lab, Park Ji-won hadn't slept in 2 days. She was too excited by what she had discovered. "Look at this," she said to her small team of scientists. She pointed to a screen showing strange patterns. "Their shields have a weakness. They cannot block certain frequencies." She touched a button, and a small alien device on her table made a high-pitched sound, then shut down. "We can turn off their technology if we use the right frequency," she said with a smile. "Now we just need to build bigger versions of this device." Meanwhile, Lee Sung-min had set up a base in an old bunker. Using simple radio equipment, he was in contact with resistance groups across the world. Messages came in from Japan, Russia, America, and many other countries. "The aliens are the same everywhere," he told his team as they sorted through reports. "They follow patterns. They think the same way. And that makes them predictable." He picked up a radio microphone. "This is Earth Command. We have new information about the enemy shields. Write this down." On his ship, Commander Drac received disturbing news. An entire alien base had gone silent. When ships went to check, they found all equipment disabled and all soldiers missing. "How is this possible?" Drac demanded. "Their technology is primitive." "Sir," said his science officer nervously, "we have been studying the humans. They are different from other species we have conquered." "Different how?" "They adapt extremely fast. They learn our technology quickly. And they work together in ways we have never seen before." Drac growled in frustration. "Bring me a human for study. I want to understand what makes them so difficult to defeat." But capturing humans was becoming harder. Around the world, people were fighting back with new weapons and tactics. They used the aliens' own technology against them. They set traps. They disappeared into tunnels and forests where the aliens couldn't find them. And now, thanks to Park Ji-won's discovery, they could disable alien shields. In a coordinated attack, human resistance groups struck alien bases on the same day across the planet. For the first time, they won more battles than they lost. When Commander Drac learned about these attacks, he realized something that no Vraxi commander had ever had to admit before. They might lose this war. "Prepare my ship," he ordered. "I will go to the surface myself. It's time to end this resistance once and for all." He didn't know that the humans were just getting started. 6 months after the invasion began, Earth had changed. Humans had learned and adapted. What started as small groups fighting back had become a global force. Commander Drac's ship landed in the ruins of Seoul. He stepped out wearing heavy armor, surrounded by his best soldiers. His plan was simple: find the human leaders and destroy them. "Their main base is nearby," he told his troops. "We will crush them today and end this resistance." But the humans were ready. Kim Tae-ho watched from a hidden position as the alien commander arrived. He spoke quietly into a radio. "The main target is here. All teams get ready." Across the city, Park Ji-won checked her equipment one last time. Her team had built a powerful device that could shut down the aliens' neural network, the system that connected all Vraxi soldiers to their commander. "It will work for only 10 minutes, she explained to the people with her. "After that, they will adapt. We must strike hard during those 10 minutes. In a protected bunker, Lee Sung-min spoke to resistance leaders around the world through a secure channel. "The attack begins when the signal is sent. Every Vraxi base must be hit at the same time. We will only get one chance." Commander Drac marched through the empty streets, puzzled by the silence. Where were the humans? His soldiers scanned buildings but found nothing. Suddenly, a single figure stepped into the street ahead of them. It was Kim Tae-ho, standing alone and unarmed. "You are the leader of this resistance?" Drac asked. Kim smiled. "I am one of many leaders." Before Drac could respond, a high-pitched sound filled the air. All around him, his soldiers' weapons and equipment shut down. The neural link in his head went silent. "Now," Kim shouted. From windows, doors, and hidden tunnels, hundreds of humans appeared. They carried weapons taken from the aliens and attacked from all sides. At the same moment, in cities around the world, the same thing happened. Human forces struck every alien base simultaneously. Drac fought hard, but without his neural link, his soldiers were confused and disorganized. He watched as his forces were pushed back. "Stop," he finally shouted. "I wish to speak with your leaders." 3 hours later, Drac stood before Kim Ta-o, Park Ji-won, and Lee Sung-min in an underground room. "You have fought well," Drac said. "The Vraxi Collective offers you terms. We will withdraw our forces if Earth agrees to become a protected world under our rule." Lee Sung-min stepped forward. "Here are our terms. You will leave Earth completely. You will never return. If you refuse, we will continue fighting until no Vraxi remains on our planet." "You would risk total destruction?" Drac asked in surprise. "We would risk everything for our freedom," Kim said firmly. Drac looked at the humans for a long moment. In all his years of conquest, he had never retreated, but he had also never faced a species like humans. "The Vraxi Collective withdraws from Earth," he finally said. 1 day later, the alien ships rose from Earth and disappeared into space. On a hill outside Seoul, Kim, Park, and Lee watched the ships leave. "They will tell others about us now," Lee said. "And we'll be ready," Park replied, holding up a small device made from alien technology. Kim looked at the sky. "Earth has changed. We are stronger now. And the galaxy will learn that this is not a planet to attack." Far away in space, Commander Drac updated the galactic database. Next to the entry for the third planet of a small yellow star, he added a warning. "Earth. Approach with extreme caution."